Hello again, and today we're going to talk about the NiSi V5 Pro 100mm filter system. Okay, so let's look at the components of this system. Of course, they come in this lovely leatherette case, which is got this kind of magnetic closer on it. And it has a belt loop on the back, which I find is not too bad, actually. It looks big and square and like it would interfere with your hip, but it seems to be okay. Mind you, I haven't used it in the field yet. So the main components are the setup ring, which through an adapter will allow you to attach that to your camera lens. And then on the other side of this, you've got the filter holder itself, which has these 3 slots for accommodating 2mm thick, 100mm wide filters. And those can be either the 100 by 100 or 100 or 100 by 150, which is how the graduated filters usually come. And inside the box, you also get a circular polarizer. And that circular polarizer threads into the setup ring, and the setup ring has these 2 nifty little thumb wheels that you can independently turn the polarizer without affecting the position of your filter. And if that's a grad filter, you definitely don't want to have this rotate while you're trying to operate the polarizer. You don't have to use a polarizer, but it's nice to have. And the difference between this polarizer and the kind I'm used to are the ones where you thread it on the front of your lens and it's got a separate ring that you turn to get the effect. This actually is an ultra thin single element, single ring polarizer, and it seems to work quite well. So what comes with the kit are, of course, the 2 basic elements, the filter holder, the setup ring, and you get 3 of these adapter rings. What you get with the kit is 67mm, 72mm, and 77mm. And I've went out and bought for about 11 bucks at B&H. You can get a 58, and I also got a 62mm. One of the things I found about this manual is it's a little misleading. The illustrations don't really show you the way it should really look when everything's mounted properly. And on page 13, if you got the little V5 Pro book, it talks about mounting the adapter, which to me means the adapter ring that you buy or have included in the kit already. This one, for instance, is a 58mm, meant to go on the front of a 58mm threaded lens. And then they say mount the filter holder, this, to the adapter ring. Whereas elsewhere in the manual they refer to this as the setup ring. This is the thing that this mounts to, not this. So just kind of ignore that instruction. So now you've got this NiSi holder. The question is, what kind of filters can you use in that holder? Well, really you can use any 100mm wide filter, whether it's glass or resin. I prefer glass. And you can use the NiSi brand. You can use this one, which is Haida. Comes in this lovely little tin, shiny tin. And you can also buy leaf filters, but it's a matter of price. And I found the Haida were in a kind of a nice mid-range or toward the low end of the price range. Haven't used it yet, so we'll see how well it performs. It also comes, especially with the neutral density filters, it comes with this gasket to seal off the backside of the filter so you don't get air and light leaking in the back of the filter and possibly fogging your image. Problem is, if you put this in the backmost slot on the NiSi filter. This is too thick and it's too wide. You could cut it down, but it's still too thick. So I think it was really designed for the Haida holder system. So if you got the NiSi system, get rid of it. Okay, so one other thing I discovered, and it may not affect everyone, is that even though the back side of this setup ring has an 82 millimeter thread, and that's why you need adapters like this. They're 82 millimeters on this side, and on this side, they're whatever thread size is intended for your lens, so that you can screw these two together and adapt it to your lens. So this is 82 millimeters, and some lenses do have an 82 millimeter filter thread, and that's fine. You could thread this directly onto that lens without using one of these. What I found was, particularly with a Tokina lens that I have, that the petal hood mounts were actually interfering with this. So just a little tip. What I did was I took a cheap and cheerful old protector filter, which was terribly crappy glass, and I just took the glass out, and now I can use this as an adapter ring. It's an 82 millimeter, and I just thread it onto my lens, and then I can directly thread this onto the wrong side, no, right side, onto this kind of little adapter. So it kind of gets this setup ring away from the front of the lens, so it doesn't interfere with all that plastic that's on there to hold the petal hood. So that's it for this third video that I've now posted on the Photo Topics channel. And so far I have that many subscribers. Are you following focus? So please, if you like what you saw, give it one of these at least. And I would prefer, or I would really appreciate it if you would also subscribe. So until the next video, which I hope we're going to do a lot more of, see you then.